DuckTales Season 1, Episode 3, Daytrip of Doom.
Wow, that's been a while.
Begin.
I love Webby.
Wait.
Webby is a very interesting character.
Oh,
Webby
I
is-
love Webby.
God
Webby-
damn it. I watched the wrong episode.
Which one did you watch?
Well, I went on YouTube and it said Season 1, Episode 3. I think it was like called the Great Dime Chase or something.
Oh,
That's not
you
for a little...
watched episode 4.
Yeah.
The video said Episode 3.
That's because okay, first of all, I warned you like 3 days ago.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. You said it was like a two-parter, 1 and 2.
Yeah, the first episode was part 1 and 2. So sometimes it's listed as episode 3. Sometimes this is the second episode is listed as episode 2. Because it depends on whether the first episode is listed as 1 and 2 or just 1.
Yeah.
So in this case, we're dealing with something a bit more Webby-centric, which is
Yeah.
always a pleasure.
Entirely
Oh.
Webby-centric.
And Donald-centric.
Yeah,
Oh,
Donald
yeah. I
too.
forgot about the B plot.
Yeah. Donald was the B plot. You got which made Kyle happy because Kyle loves Donald.
Well,
Donald's a good character.
Well, it was basically it was roughly an old Donald Duck cartoon of him fighting with trying to get power, and that was his whole, that it felt like they had just taken an old Donald Duck cartoon, spliced it up, and shoved it in the episode.
And the dynamic between him and Beakley was just brilliant.
I love that line where it's like, they're not gonna kiss, are they? They're like, ew.
But yes, this is the episode in which we are introduced to Webby's catchphrase of, "Hi, I'm Webby."
Yes. Hi, I'm Webby.
She's an odd duck.
She is definitely an odd bird, which is the term, not odd duck. I've never heard it called odd duck.
Yeah.
I've heard it called odd duck.
Well, you're
in
weird.
regional thing.
Yeah. Well, you Texans, you think 60 degrees is cold.
It's cool. It's not cold. I'm just glad that it's not triple digits anymore.
Yeah, triple digits is not something I can do.
Yeah, I was suffering from triple digits a few times at 3,000 feet. So, it wasn't fun.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not as bad as Houston, if you've ever been down that way.
I've only been to Austin.
Houston is that plus 1,000,000% humidity. Anyway, let's get back to Daytrip of Doom.
I am Webby.
No,
This
you're
is
not.
why
Complete
people
with
don't
grappling
go
hook?
You're
out-
having some identity issues.
This is why people don't go out with me places.
just
See, that's just what makes it interesting.
This is why the only time I go out with anybody, it's with my cousin, because she is as Webigail as I am.
But anyway, the episode starts with a fun-looking game of dart guns. And then Webby joins in.
Yeah.
Webby
That's when
goes
it gets
full
fun.
You make it
night
sound like
vision.
it's a bad thing.
That's when it gets fun. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And then Webby joins.
This isn't a foyer, it's a tomb. A tomb.
Oh,
I
dear
know.
God.
I love how they made Scrooge in this too. I love how he's just like, kids will be kids playing around. Although, if you think about it, she grew up with Scrooge. He's used to her quirks. Like
The triplets, however, are not. They are scared beyond reason.
she grew up with 2 spies. With Scrooge McDuck, who is an adventurer, psycho himself, and then her grandmother, who trained her as a spy. She grew up.
And
like
Launchpad, who is prone to crashing everything that has ever existed.
He's a pilot, though. Remember, he's a pilot.
Yeah.
I'm a pilot.
I'm a pilot. I'm a pilot.
I'm a pilot. But yes.
But yeah, so Webby's idea of playing is not exactly playing because she never learned how to just play.
Yeah,
She
being
learned
a kid is new.
She is basically Sosuke Sagara, only worse.
Younger and more adorable.
Definitely more adorable.
Now I've just got the image of Sagara in a duck suit.
As opposed to Bontakun.
Yeah, he's just in a duck suit. No, it's not even like the full Bontakun thing. It's the one with where you can still see somebody's face in the mouth. The mouth is open. You can see their face. It's that.
And he's just saying quack.
For more tactical awareness.
That is just too adorable. Is he wearing the Webby dress?
But he has to have the scar on the head's cheek just to keep things consistent.
Yes.
Yes. Lol. But she has that sense of tactical awareness, but social incomprehensibility.
Yeah. This sign says, don't do these things. So what do the next 3 clips show? Her doing all of the things.
It's like, don't talk to strangers. Don't lick anything. Don't touch anything. Don't stay away from the handbrake.
Not licking anything might be too hard for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you sit there licking yourself all the time, so.
I mean, the rule is, I licked it, therefore it is mine.
Okay.
Not in my household.
Well, I mean, you live with a toddler, so
Yeah. You
he's
lick
gonna
it.
lick everything.
You lick it, it's still his.
Yeah.
Although, if he licks it, it's still his.
But the game goes pretty much as you'd expect. The triplets are trying to have fun, and Webby is making them all crap themselves.
I still see those darts when I close my eyes.
And Beakley is having none of it.
I've actually played BB guns that way.
It's bringing back painful paintball memories.
Yes, with BB guns instead of dart guns. I will be right back.
Okay, and dear Lord, I'm getting scared.
Darts and paintball is one thing. BBs are that's metal pellets. It's not nice.
Paintballs leave big welts if you're not happy enough.
Yeah, and BBs, it's a piece of metal you're chucking at somebody.
And then there's always that one asshole with paintballs that just has to use frozen paintballs.
Ugh.
I don't think that actually works. I saw a thing on that, and I don't remember it actually being a working thing.
I'm glad the worst I suffered was 20 paintballs at point blank range.
Now I got a welt that proves differently. I think it just depends on the paintball gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody might have loosened the regulator a little bit more and allowed for a little more oomph on it.
Ouchies.
I have a custom made paintball gun somewhere. I think it's like at my parents' house. It's fires 3 shots at once, but it's like 3 barrels.
I've only had one paintball gun, and that got lost like 13 years ago.
I've never owned a paintball gun because I've got the good sense not to get shot with paintballs.
Funny.
To be fair, my cousin and I also used to practice fencing with real swords.
I do that. I have a sword by my front door just in case someone decides that they want to fight me.
That's funny.
Mine is
I almost
blunt
chopped off
but battle ready. I am well practiced for like 20 years.
Yeah, I almost chopped off her finger one time.
Ouch.
She stopped playing with me after that.
I'm also great at making fake swords, so...
No, funny enough, though, when I first did paintball, I was like really scared it's going to hurt. So I put on like 20 shirts, 5 sweatshirts, and a big jacket. I ran out into the field, and all the paintballs that hit me just bounced off, like bling, bling.
Just make sure the outer jacket is green and you're good.
It depends on the color the paintballs are.
Although last time I did any sword fighting with everyone, I took a long cylindrical object to the face that broke my glasses.
Ow.
I spent the rest of the event with an eye patch on.
Let's see,
It was a tired event anyway.
When it comes to sword fighting, I'm proficient in 3 styles plus fencing.
And 2 of them are running away.
No, I'm proficient in Romanian style, medieval style, and Korean style.
I am largely self-taught, but it's mostly medieval. I can use a one-handed sword, I can use a two-handed sword, I can use a giant sword.
Nice.
Giant-ish. And I'm pretty damn good with a quarterstaff, too.
Nice.
Shall we get back onto the...
Yes. Beakley's having none of the playing and is trying to mention to Scrooge how... I mentioned that you should get closer to your family, but I did not suggest as moving them in. Scrooge is just laughing it off.
You know?
Until it starts affecting him, and he's like, "Stay out of my washroom."
Yeah, Donald is in his tub.
Yeah.
And that is the straw that broke the Scrooge's back.
Yeah. It's like, I did not need to see that.
Yeah, he lays down the rules and like, "Stay out of my washroom."
I have no problem having you here as long as it doesn't inconvenience me in any way.
Yeah. And he leaves, and Beakley is like, "All right, no, these are my rules, and you know, we're
Rule number 1, my stuff is my stuff. That includes my bathroom, my bedroom, my everything. Mine is mine. Rule number 2,
Refer to Beakley for all subsequent rules."
Yeah. And
Mrs. Beakley's just like, this may be his mansion, but it's my house and my rules.
And no one is above the rules. Not even you, Donald. I don't know why I'm going with a Scottish accent for her.
I don't know.
She's English.
And
yeah,
no,
that's
one
why
is above
it's
the
one
rules.
saying I don't know why I started going into a Scottish accent for it.
Yeah.
I just got on a roll with Scrooge and Rookoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Mrs. Beakley too.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes.
And that one line of "no one is above the rules, Donald," is what starts our B plot.
And I love the fact that she wrote down ahead of time his name specifically.
Yes.
She knew. Like,
Well, I mean, she
what's
probably
wrong?
knew Donald back in the day when he and Scrooge were adventuring.
Possibly. I mean, she's been with him. She's been with Scrooge a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and still hasn't killed him. I am impressed by her.
Right? Strength of character, indeed.
Well, if you killed him, he'd just regenerate.
That's true. He just looked like a different duck.
Yeah, a different doctor.
Ah,
But would he still have a Scottish accent? That would be funny
Probably.
if you know the next iteration of Scrooge McDuck is played by Adam Smith or Matt Smith rather.
Matt Smith? Yes. That would be wonderful.
Oh.
Although I think David Tennant is a better Scrooge McDuck than he is a doctor.
I
He was a
agree.
really good doctor.
I think he is better at Scrooge than the original Scrooge.
I have friends who would say that you're a blasphemer for that, but I'm kind of inclined to agree because he's playing a better version of Scrooge.
He is. I mean, it's not just his acting, which is superb, but the writing
Superb?
is so much better in this.
Yes,
I mean-
superb is a word that is actually still used.
I was trying to do a bird.
Oh,
The joke
I see.
didn't work. It fell flat on its face.
it was quite pungent.
Yes. And it was so bad I really should be pun-ish. But oh, you haven't even begun to scrape the surface of the crazy that is this group.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Wait until we get into Pun Pony territory.
I love doing those.
I am Pun Pony. But no, Pun Pony is an astrolog, and I literally am Pun Pony. I voice
Very
Pun
nice.
But
Pony. But yeah.
since let's get back on track. So
Yes.
they slip out to go to Funzo's Fun World.
Funzo's Fun Zone. Where the fun is in the zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's a Funzo's?
That Funzo. Of course I know it. Who doesn't know Funzo?
Yeah, she could probably tell you the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow, but couldn't tell you about couldn't tell you anything about Funzo.
Question. African or European swallow?
I do no.
American.
The question must be asked.
Of course.
Obviously.
And do they have
But-
coconuts?
You grasp it by the husk. It's not a matter
Anyway.
of grasping. Anyway, yeah, they head up to there and
It's Webby's first time in public using public transportation.
Do they have seatbelts? Is it assigned seating, or do we just sit randomly? That's kind of how I felt when I took my bus trip.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, Louis turns out he maxed out his charisma stat and persuades the staff of getting free tokens and drinks.
Hey, can I get a glass of water here? That's not water.
Yes.
Best currency in the world. Flattery.
They don't accept your money is no good here. Oh, what kind of money do they use? Rubles? Listing all pounds? I have
I have some
I have-
doubloons.
this one. No, the oldest currency in existence ever. Sumerian runes? No, flatty.
Yeah.
Is he a-
Yeah. Webby's a terrible liar, which gets her and Louis in trouble with the manager. Meanwhile, the Beagle Boys are sneaking into the fun zone, dressed up as the mascot, and
You buying this? No.
You see, if that's the case, you just say, yeah, totally. Don't beat me up. That's what he should have done.
Pretty
Because
much.
clearly he's cowardly enough not want to get his face beaten in, but not smart enough to know how to not get his face beaten in.
Yeah. And so we get Webby. She's playing the game and
Ukulele hero.
Yeah, ukulele hero.
Euchre puke.
Oh yes,
Euchre
Euchre puke.
Yeah. And she accidentally beats up the Beagle Boys.
Puking.
And the fact that it's a ukulele for someone played by Kate Micucci.
Yes, that was not lost on me. I
Completely
Sweet.
over my head.
Same.
So, okay.
part of a 2-person comedy duo band called Garfunkel and Oates.
In which Micucci plays the ukulele and her partner plays a guitar.
Yeah. She also plays the keyboard.
Yes. They are hilarious. I highly recommend that you look them up. In fact, Doc, you might as well link them to it.
Most of them are very lewd.
Yes.
Most of their songs are very lewd.
And very politically charged.
I love the fact that 9 years ago, they had a song called Sex with Ducks. And now she plays Webigail.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
One of the lines is, I'm going to Huey, Dewey, Louie all over the room.
Oh, no, dear God.
Yeah.
No.
And now they're her best friends.
Yes.
No.
Watching the episode, I still ship Webby and Dewey because they start out with a closer friendship than the other two.
That mystery brought them together.
Yeah, yes, exactly. But he is the one who's just like, guys, we should bring her along. You know, it's Webby. She's cool, guys. It's so shippable.
Yeah.
Anyway, and in the meeting, while this is all going on, the
Beagle Boys
gets wiped of the high scores.
All because the Beagle Boys in the Funzo outfit have snuck up behind Webby, and her first response is, stranger danger, and smacks him with the ukulele.
And yep, which I love the fact that she gets yelled at and it turns out she's right.
Yeah.
It's like, I gotta beat this guy up. He's a bad guy. No, you don't beat up you don't
Funzo.
beat up mascot. Funzo. That's no. Turned out to be the bad guy. I should have beat him up.
But they give her some reassurance, you know, and it's like, you're weird, but I think you can pull this off. Yeah, why don't you just take a dip in the ball pit?
And she goes in the ball pit on her own, and she's just like, no, they hate me now because I'm a weirdo, and I can't be normal. And they join her because they're being nice and friendly.
They're good ducks.
And yes, they're good ducks. And then she's like, really? You still like me even though I screwed everything up? It's Funzo. Anything goes. So what does she do? She burns down Funzo.
Yeah, like she goes into the ball pit. That's an alarm. I normally wake up much later than this. But she goes into the ball pit and is kind of enjoying it until she starts sinking. She's like, what's happening? It's a trap! Pulls out her grappling hook and starts firing it off. knocking down the lights, the palm tree, and starting at least 3 fires, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He caught fire.
You four are banned from Funzos. That didn't go over well.
But instead of getting kicked out, they get kidnapped.
Because he asked Funzo to escort them outside.
And Funzo is stranger danger.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of starting fires, there's Donald starting his own fire.
He's trying to get some power on his houseboat.
He started a fire on a boat.
In a pool.
In a pool.
I mean, only Scrooge McDuck could have a pool that's big enough to accommodate an entire houseboat. So.
Yeah, true. Although, to be fair, there isn't much room outside beyond the houseboat.
That's true.
And a small houseboat.
Clearly, there's enough room for about 20 portable generators.
Yeah.
Apparently.
But
He's going to kill himself. Sips tea.
Yeah.
But then he will no longer be my problem.
Yes. And then Donald takes a brick to the head.
Literally.
Brick equaling ransom note. Finally, it's time to ask for Beakley's help.
Because the kids are in danger.
But Beakley wasn't the only one who... Oh, sorry, Donald wasn't the only one who asked for help. Because it's time to introduce Ma Beagle. Shut up, big time.
I love the voice that they got from Ma Beagle. It is so good. It is so close to the classic while still having an updated feel to it to match the rest of the characters.
Yes. And
It's just so well done.
And just the fact that she is the tough one. She enters Funzo's and the guy tries to stop her because she doesn't have a kid with her, and she just knocks him out cold. One punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just like on a rampage. Just like, nope. I'm Ma Beagle. I ain't having none of this.
Big time, you screwed up. You just painted a target on our backs.
You just painted four toddler-sized targets on our backs.
And then she's got to make things right. Okay, well, send the ransom note. Ransom note sent. Lock the kids in the freezer. Big time, stay in the freezer.
You need a timeout.
And then have the other two stand guard.
What could go wrong? Oh, yeah.
They were worried about...
Stop.
They were most worried about Beakley. Little did they know that you do not piss off Donald Duck.
Oh, no. You do not mess with Donald's family.
The rage of the duck is immense.
Yes. Hell hath no fury like Donald's scorn.
So, they take care of the guys outside. And while they're in the freezer, Webby just kind of slips out of the ropes. You could have done that at any time. Yeah, but I didn't want to seem weird.
You thought I was weird. I was just trying to be normal.
We don't need you to be normal. We need you to be Webby.
It's like, oh, it is on. I actually have night vision goggles too.
Big time is
night vision goggles with heat sensors, which are a bit more high tech than the ones I have that I bought for $20.
Yeah,
but still,
Big time is rather easily incapacitated, and Webby decides to return the favor on the rampage front, complete with her own creepy version of the Funzos theme.
Oh yeah.
Funzos.
Fun is in the zone. And I love that she did it intentionally off key just to give it that creepy tone.
Yes. You trying to lead me somewhere? You trying to stall me or something?
You can't run away from me. I'm going to catch you.
I'm not running away. I'm leading you. And then Mob Eagle falls for the very same trap.
It's a trap. I'm pulling it. I know, right?
I should have heeded Admiral Akbar's advice.
Yeah.
Hi, Ma. Darn it, big time.
And then they come in expecting to have to rescue the kids, and the kids are all there. Hey, look what we caught!
Tight wings or not? Excellent choice, Abigail.
Yes. The Ducks are a formidable clan.
Oh, yeah. Especially with Webby in the lead.
Oh, you are going to find out hardcore eventually.
Yes.
Just... I cannot gush about this show enough.